Hey music friends, this is Davi Vasc. I'm a music composer for games, and today we're gonna listen to and talk about one of the coolest themes in all of the Monster Hunter Wilds soundtrack that I've heard so far. One of the themes that you guys have recommended the most to me. It's the Ice Apex, Jin Dahaad. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, and this, from what I remember from the game, I've played through this, I've heard this theme in the game. It has a bunch of phases, right? Oh man, the icy. Yeah, and I believe this is the intro cutscene music, right? We're not in the battle yet. But man, I just have to point out, you can immediately hear the piano, the very high-pitched piano, which is something that they did in Iceborne as well to represent Velkhana and the whole ice theme of Iceborne, right? Piano seems to be a very good instrument to represent cold and ice. Oh, the synth. Oh, the organ. Are we in the battle already? I think this is not the battle yet. Can you hear the low-pitched piano together with the strings? I can almost see Jin Dahaad walking around, right? It's almost like these bum 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 with the piano and the strings. Is almost like it represents like his pacing, his footsteps, walking along the walls and stuff. Yeah, they're building up. I don't think this is the battle yet. And there's a bunch of metal percussion on the background. Can you hear like chimes and bells and gongs? Everything that is metallic is good, you know, to represent ice, to represent like the solid, cold nature of ice. You can hear a bunch of chimes and stuff. A little bit of a pause. I'm actually very lost here. I don't know where we are. Building up. I don't think this is the battle because it's like too subdued. It's like they're building up towards the battle. Right? This almost sounds to me like the part where you go to camp before actually facing him, because the heavy, sluggish, aggressive footsteps are gone, right? Now it's just the high-pitched strings building anticipation. Just holding this one sad chord. So I think he's about to go into the first phase of the battle now. Yeah, I think this is it. I remember this from the beginning of the battle. Yeah, the footsteps are here again. And it's still the same sad chord from before. Amazing strings, man. Amazing melodies. Amazing. One thing I remember from this theme. Oh. Amazing, man. The organ, you know, let me finish. Man, this is too much. I can't finish my sentences. One thing I remember from this theme, it's what I was about to say. One thing I remember from this theme is there's a lot of small melody fragments, very good melody fragments throughout, and some of them are recognizable. I remember when I was playing, I recognized a lot of main theme motives in this theme. In a way, it almost sounds to me like the most grandiose, the most epic theme of the entire game. Even more epic and grand than like Arkveld and the final boss. It's really clear that they put a ton of effort into this battle, into the feeling, into the sensations of this battle. To me, Jin Dahaad almost feels like a second flagship. But anyway, I was also about to talk about this. Here in this part, they almost go into a full toccata. Toccata is a genre, it's a Baroque genre of organ music. It's mostly defined by quick notes on the higher pitched notes, quick patterns, and slower patterns on the lower pitched notes, like this. You can hear that the higher pitched notes are... Higher pitched notes are like... And the lower pitch notes are more still. What I wonder, what I ask myself here is why the organ though? There's a few very cliche uses for the organ in modern soundtracks that we see very often, including in Monster Hunter Rise. They used the organ very extensively in Malzeno's. Remember Malzeno's soundtrack, because of the whole villain kind of vampire theme that he had. And that is exactly one of the most common uses of organ nowadays, is to portray like villainy, almost on a cartoony level of evil, right? However, when I was listening to this in-game, I just had the craziest theory. You know, Jin Haddad, man, I keep saying Haddad. Haddad is a Brazilian politician. It's Jin Dahaad, it's not Jin Haddad. But anyway, you can see how Jin Dahaad, throughout all of his back, he has all these ridges, and they almost look like reed organs, which is the type of organ that they're using here. So here I have an image. Look at this. Don't count me out for a crazy person yet. Listen to me. Doesn't this part here that says tongue, doesn't it look a little bit like the ridges on Jin Dahaad's back? I wonder if the composer chose a reed organ because of the ridges on his back. The ridges on his back even look like metal. They look like the little part that vibrates on a reed organ. It vibrates, and that's how you get the sound. That's how harmonicas as well work. They're also reed instruments, accordions as well. That's how you get that kind of organ sound. Man, am I crazy? Is that too far-fetched? Anyway. I feel like I recognize a lot of these melodies. It's the main theme. They're making a lot of references to the main theme here. The pacing of this, man, the rhythm is so steady, right? That is appropriate as well, considering that the fight keeps moving, right? It keeps moving on and on to different places. Oh man, it's so heavy. It's so heavy and so low pitch that gives it such a good dimension of Jin Dahaad's size, right? Okay, you guys are not gonna believe this. I have to interrupt the recording because there's a horse on my lawn. Show it to them, Giovanni.
So, how did you get here, buddy? What do I do with you?
So the horse has been dealt with. We set the horse free. Everything is fine. Now let's go back to the video. Man, how do I go back to the video after this? I'm gonna keep thinking about the damn horse. Oh, the organ, the reed organ, right? And the throughout the whole song, the thing that I talked about at the intro, at the cutscene intro, right? The steps, do 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 do. Now I'm imagining a horse with the ominous footsteps. Do 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 do. It keeps playing throughout all of the track. Can you hear how heavy, how low pitched they are? Dun, dun, dun. And like I said, there's many fragments of melodies. A lot of them are references to the main theme, but I feel like this melody here in particular is not a reference to anything. I feel like this is Jin Dahaad's melody. This one on the brass here. This one. Right? Oh man. Did you hear that? Back there. Disturbing chord. This is a very dangerous monster. They want you to have no doubt about that. Na 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 na. See, this is the main theme. Na 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 na. Reference to the main theme. In many ways, main theme again with the organ. In many ways, this almost does feel like a second flagship, doesn't it? And this is still... This is phase 2. I didn't even notice the transition into phase 2. This is phase 2. See? This melody, I feel like this is Jin Dahaad's. Dun, 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 dun. So this time they're only playing a fragment of it, only a fragment of what I think is Jin Dahaad's melody. So they're only playing this. Sometimes they play a little bit further and the longer melody is like this. Right? This repeats all throughout the track and I don't recognize this from anywhere else. That's why I think this is from this monster specifically. See? Again. A little break. This is probably one of the breaks where he moves to another area. Oh, and this is phase 3. Before we move on to phase 3, I just want to say, you know, about the organ. You know, I gave my far-fetched theory about the organ, about the reeds, but also, you know, when you think about it, the villainous aspect of the organ. Jin Dahaad was hyped up a lot in the story before he showed up. As far as I remember, at least 2 characters, Rove, right, the little furry guy, Rove, mentioned him, like hyped him up as a terrible creature, and Tashin as well, like mentioned him like in an ominous, vague kind of way. I feel like that builds an expectation of a particularly dangerous, terrifying monster. So the organ could tie into like that villainy aspect of like building up this silhouette of a terrifying, mysterious creature, right? But now it's 3rd phase. Oh, it's rising chords. Main theme, little references to the main theme there. And now the song, for the first time, is faster. Oh. They're changing key. Oh wow, this is to be expected. In boss battle themes with many phases like this, it's very common for them to raise the key of the song. Raising the key means that you take the group of notes and replace it by a higher pitched one. So that increases the excitement, the intensity of the song. The only different thing about this is that in most songs, they space out the key raises a little bit. Maybe they raise the key a little bit in each phase. In this, they kept the same key. Remember this sad chord that I pointed out at the beginning. They kept sustaining the song with this sad chord throughout the entire song, and only now in the third phase, they just released all the key raises, and they're raising the key repeatedly here to increase the stakes, to increase the intensity. Oh, and the organ with the Baroque patterns. Oh man, so many disturbing chords in this third phase. Jin Dahaad's melody, now faster. Did you hear it? On the brass, on the new key, higher key. Amazing, man. There's an imposing, intimidating feel to this melody. Building up, tension, tension, tension. It's like the footsteps part again, but faster. Amazing, man, this is so cool. I had never paid like full attention to this track. It's even more amazing when you're actually paying attention to it, because you know, in the fight you're busy getting knocked around everywhere by this guy. Amazing, man. That was an interesting video. I have other videos just like this one minus the horse on other music from Monster Hunter Wilds. I have Guardian Archveld over here, regular Archveld, and Ray Dow, and over here I have a playlist with all the episodes of my playthrough of Monster Hunter Wilds on my gameplay channel. I'm currently on a break. I've just finished low rank, but I'm gonna stream high rank soon. So yeah, check these out, and remember, whenever you're ready to spread your wings and go on a music journey again, I'll see you there. Unless if you're a horse. If you're a horse, stay away.